Morning, guys. Today I'm going to go over just kind of freewheel it and talk about what I've learned over about 500 blog posts. I've written around, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even have any idea how many I've written. My best guess is around 500, maybe 1,000. I have no clue. I've done a pretty bad job over the years of keeping tabs on them. So the screen I'm sharing is just these are just archived accounts I don't work on anymore. So you can just get a kind of an idea of who I've written for and how many different projects. And it's a bunch. And this is not conclusive. This is not conclusive at all. Um, so uh, I have been at it since about February of 2016, and now until April of 2021, I was only doing it as a part-time sort of thing, just for a little extra money. And then it started to get, kind of more significant and more serious, and then really got to a point where it was going to have to either, be a full-time thing or it wasn't. So thankfully, thanks for my patient, understanding wife, she really encouraged me. She's like, "You really need to do this," and I didn't want to, and she's like, "You got to give this a shot." So I did. I'm eternally thankful to her for having the faith in me to do that. It's not for everyone. I'm going to tell you right now, it is not for everyone. Not everyone should jump ship and leave their job and go after this. I think everyone with the talent to do this, and by talent, I really mean just the willingness to learn, um, more than anything, can do this. All right. This isn't magic. The other thing, and I'm going to do a whole video on this, is don't sleep on Upwork. All right. If you've listened to the bigger accounts, the bigger copywriting accounts, who a lot of them, I've watched them shift over time anyway, and their messages completely changed. They would, basically crap on Upwork and say, you don't need that. You don't need to go with Upwork. You just follow my method. And I'm like, okay, all right. Because Upwork worked well for me. I've logged over $70,000 on Upwork. And if I were smart, I would have moved some of my big accounts back there, because then I'd have be more like, I don't know, 500,000 on Upwork now. So it is what it is. But I think that you're foolish if you're sleeping on Upwork. So I'm going to do a whole video on Upwork probably next week, and why you should do that. Um, so what have I learned over 500 plus blog posts? A lot of these, I don't even remember. Um, but I will say that a lot of these, going way back, I didn't know how to write quickly, and I didn't realize that to write quickly, you need to outline every single article all the time. I preach about this. I tweet about this all the time. I talk about it on LinkedIn. I've written my own newsletters about it. But you have got to create an outline, and it doesn't. It's a template, um, and a process. But beyond anything else, that's the most useful thing. Because you need to learn how to create an outline and stick to it all the time, because that is going to save you so much time, and it's going to make your writing so much more cohesive and fluid. Because what you're really doing, a business blog or a corporate blog really is there to position the company as basically a thought leader. And that's really where it's going. A lot of them still use it. You still want to imply a call to action, but I would say, the tides are kind of turning, and the idea of the blog is not copywriting. All right. Sales copy is there for sales copy. All right. But the blog isn't that. And, I had a lot of clients earlier on that said, I'm a good copywriter. And I'm like, I don't think I am a copywriter. And I'm not a copywriter. I'm a content writer. And that's what blogs are. They're content. And, to have a good blog, you need it to be thoroughly researched and thoughtful, and it needs to answer questions. And that's really what you're going for. So when you create the outline, I suggest using any number of SEO tools to find questions that people are asking. All right. So, and I should have gotten SpyFu loaded, but I didn't even think about it because I'm just kind of shooting from the hip right now. But and you can just use Google too. Google is great for just finding, all kinds of stuff, ideas for this. And there's free extensions I use extensively. SEO Quake is SEMrush's. That's the Ahrefs tool. And then I've got some other SEO ones, but those really are the only ones that really matter as far as I'm concerned. Let's go with get into writing. You're going to want to take a basic question. All right. That's the entire premise of this. And you're going to answer that. So, usually, here's some good ideas for your outline. These are questions that people are asking. All right. You don't even have to go to like people also asked or whatever that Neil Patel's website is. But here you go. Here's some headings right here. You go with this basic question, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I'm just using this because it's kind of what I'm already talking about. And Google already gives you some great ideas for your headings. And what I'm talking to you about, these are going to be like your H2 tags. All right. Remember, only one H1 tag on your article. But then the H2s, man, you got 4 of them right here because those are what people are already asking. And then for the outline, the rest of it, I would say go download the Ahrefs extension. It is free. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything for it. And it's great for some very basic stuff like this. Man, here's the rest of your outline. So what I tell people to do, what I suggest you do if you're struggling with this, of how to write blog posts and do it quickly and answer questions people are asking, plug these into your headings, your H2 tags, and even H3 tags. All right. And then what's going to make you fast is when you realize you're posing these as questions. How do I get into copywriting with no experience? All right. See that right there? That is a that's a question for you to answer. And what you're going to do is you're going to go, sorry about that. You're going to go answer that question. And that's so much faster when you're trying to build a narrative to just, go answer a question. And that's when I really turn the corner and I realize, okay, well, this, what we're really trying to do here is be thought leaders, when we're writing business blogs. All right. And of course, you're going to insert calls to action. But a lot of this, people want answers on how things work, like with my long-term project, Dirt Legal. What it's really morphed into after 350 blog posts is the company has morphed a lot. And a lot of our focus now is informing on very complex issues. So what you're going to do and what makes this so quick is you take these questions that people are asking and you file them in there as headings. And then all you have to do through the body is you're going to answer that question and you're going to insert in there some links, preferably a good blend of internal links. So if you've already talked about something, similar, or you have a service that addresses this specific thing, insert it there, and then some valid external ones. So like, for Dirt Legal, a lot of if it's tax questions or something like that, I'll link straight to a .gov that answers the question so that there's credibility there. But the basic thing is, though, you need to have an outline and you need to structure it around what people are asking. Because if it's not answering the questions, they don't care. All right. So I always go with these, find what people are already asking, and then you can copy and paste it right from here. But that's totally fine. But you can massage it too if it's to make it a little bit more specific. So, really, in a nutshell, that's about it. That's the biggest thing I've learned is your outline is everything. All right. That's it. That is the biggest thing after over 500 blog posts. because it's going to make you better. You're going to flow better when you have a good outline, and you're going to write a whole lot faster when you have a good outline. So do an outline. And then the other thing, link, internal linking and external linking. Don't overdo it. Don't go crazy. Some articles have like 50 links. You don't need that. Like 5 or 6 quality links. That's about it. And then you also need to proofread. I know this sounds crazy, but proofread your stuff. Go through it a couple times. The more you write, the more words you get under your belt. You don't need to proofread as thoroughly. You do need to proofread thoroughly, but your material is going to be much better, is what I'm getting at. You know, when you go from 100,000 words written to 500,000 words written, this is a repetition game, all right? And your writing is going to be cleaner and better. I mean, I rarely find glaring flaws in my writing now when I go to proofread, and it's really quick. I mean, I can proofread an article in 10 minutes because I know it's going to be it's going to be 80 to 90% there already, just because I've written so much. So don't go, don't lose your mind over it. If you have a client is that picky about like comma placement, they're being an English teacher, you probably want to drop them anyway. All right. I've learned that as well. All right. The real ones, I don't care. I had a couple that complained because I was trying some new techniques. I was trying to do voice to text this months ago, and they were like, "Hey, this doesn't even look like it was edited." And I'd already proofread it a couple times and hadn't even caught all the problems. So, like, they'll catch major. If you have someone that's catching major stuff, you need to fix that. But like little minutia, people that get hung up on that, you're not going to want to work with them anyway. So, anyway, outline. Make sure that your research lines up with your outline. All right, which is what we're doing right here. Proofread, internal linking. All right. The rest of it, you'll figure it out. But that's the big thing. Your outline is everything. All right. I don't ever deviate, and you shouldn't either. So that's all I got for today. Hang tight. I'm going to produce an Upwork video on my experience and on what I think why you shouldn't discount it. In fact, what makes it a really great platform. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified the next time I go on. And I'll talk to you guys later.